A lot of collapsed. Every single timber is broken. And you don't want to be breathing that. It opens up very big. So we are doing the photo shoot here. It's a nice, really, you know, setup with this junction of rails and 2 levels going on each side. Can you give us a little walkthrough to that level? Thanks, Gary. You get the idea of how beautiful this is. How nicely lit up this gets for the photo shoot. Beautiful rails. We come back from the photo shoot just around the corner into this section that we're going to be going down ladders, and you have found something, Gary. What is it? What does it? Obtain a permission to work before entering this area.
A permit, I think. Permit to work before entering this area. Except in emergency.
And
Hardy.
And Hardy, not 4990. That is interesting. I've never, the amount of times I go past here, I never noticed this.
There's a lot of these, look.
Oh, it was down in the side.
All these.
Yeah.
Don't know what
It's always good to look behind boards, is there? The amount of things that you can find. So we have here the signals for the locomotive runs. So 1 bell stop, 2 bells in by, and 3 bells out by. So they must have had a bell system somewhere here. Wow. We're gonna go down them ladders anyway. So you can see, as soon as you come down here, you can see the tires from the dumper trucks that were down here. That's what's got to be. They're massive. You understand next to them, just for perspective, if you would.
There's the tires, there's the rims.
Yeah, that is the rim. Massive, aren't they? Oh my god, this this place is so sketchy. A lot of timber collapses, as you can see, and there we have it. Gary coming from below the ladders, an old hanging death above him. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
This looking dodgy up there. Look at that. A lot of collapsed boulders. This, eh?
Wow.
It looks dicey, does it?
It does.
All the roof have literally descaled there a good 10 foot, 12 foot seam, and this is the result. Have you seen all these timbers?
Yeah, I know, it looks cool. Very good.
Yeah, literally every single timber here is snapped. Every single timber is broken, and you don't want to be breathing that. Ah, it's crazy. How is this possible? That literally every single timber, it just snapped. And just as you would expect, we had to go over another collapse, and here we have what looks to be basically a full chamber, that's a full roof that's basically come down. A lot of it. You know, because there's that much water percolating here, it's obviously causing a lot of damage to the
sediment between
to the sediments. Yeah,
between the rocks there, isn't there? You can see it.
Yeah,
all the different layers. That's what's making it crumble.
Yeah, the weaker sort of horizontal sediments in between layers. But some of this obviously is water worn, is there? Some of it. Absolutely crazy. Right, I'll let you go through. And beyond this this mess of fallen rocks and boulders, it's going to open up very nicely, we're going to see. I made it through. And as you can see, it opens up very big. These are the more recent modern workings that they did in just before COVID, and that gave up on. Can you see this? These metal strips. You know what? You know the purpose of them. Obviously, they bolted on the roof and they secure from collapses, as you can very clearly illustrate there. Some sections have come descaled from the roof. These strips, the metal strips, they call them bacon strips. The miners, that's the nickname. And it kind of makes sense, does it? Very clear the purpose of them. They are doing a job of holding these crumbly levels together. Here is some sort of electrical something.
It's like one of them things you get at a hospital when you fucking need a pee, when you're stuck in there for a week. They bring you a bedpan to piss in.
Yeah. This is a pee pot. It looks like a pee pot, doesn't it? And you have the first aid electric shock procedure, which would be needed if you are near anything of the electrical nature like this. If anybody knows what this was used for exactly, or what it is, please leave it in comments. There's other parts of it here.
Earth leakage buttons under.
What does it say?
Removed
Warning.
by electrician. Isolate elsewhere before removing cover.
Yeah. Or on the corner, just light it back. Yeah, so these levels, oh my god, something else. The size of them, you can tell they are more modern. There's a lot of, there's a reel of cable for the utility sort of cables that they have to hang pipes, etc. And here at the top we have a very interesting yellow moss with a lot of water droplets in it. It's definitely not something I would want to breathe. Here we come to the end. Any idea what those two beams at the top were for? Right? Any idea? You know, it's very simple. They helped just put the rings in place. If you get me, yeah? So every ring would have one of them loops, whatever we call them, and you move basically the beams forward, and you put two halves of the rings in place within loops, the tie bar at the top, the joint at the top, and so it goes. That's the end of it. What were the intentions though? They would have wanted to drive somewhere here, very clearly. Yeah, it's interesting because this straw is has the same purpose as cribbing. Only it's cheaper than cribbing, but I can't see it as long lasting as cribbing. You know, to dampen the falls of any rocks above the timbers. But yeah, I was told it's a very cheap option just to use bales of straw. Yeah, they never went further, did they? They never went further. It's just abandoned.
Like mesh, and then see how you can see the rocks are falling, and then
Yeah.
it proves that it works.
Yeah. That's a clear indication, yeah, as Gary says, that these meshes do work, because that's containing all the small rockfalls that otherwise could have gone onto someone's head and knocked them out, really. This place is incredible. So that's it really for today. It's a relatively short video, but I've been experimenting obviously with the 4K performance of this camera, and I hope it does much better lighting and much better display on the big screens as well. That's where I was lacking, I think, a bit of good quality. And be sure to subscribe and like and comment anything that you would like to say. And thanks, Gary, for tagging along.
No problem.
Okay, see you on another adventure.